Europa Liga.
Let's close here with the Forever Football Show. Now we're just going to talk a little bit. We still have a few days, 15 days towards the end of the transfer, the window transfer for players. What else is going to happen in this market?
Now the most important rumor, in my opinion, is that Ozil is very close to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And as we said, with
is it a better deal than getting Fabregas?
In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, it's the best.
He'd be linking up with Khedira also.
Yeah, right. But in my opinion, is as he said last week. So you know that Werder Bremen is going to play versus Fiorentina next week. So they have to end this transaction very soon, because if not, Ozil cannot play in the Champions League. And
Werder might be able to use that to their advantage as well. I know they've already turned down one offer from Real Madrid, and they're probably working that angle that, hey, we're getting close to this Champions League tie. We get there, he's going to play unless you give us a big money offer,
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're going to want to use him in the Champions
But
League.
you know that next year he will be free. He's a free agent next year. So they have to sell him. If they want to make some money, they have to sell him. So that is the point.
So it's a fine line then.
And after all this problem that Kaká is having with Real Madrid, I think Ozil can be a very good player for Real Madrid.
Kaká, it sounds like that he's in the end of his career. Actually, today the news in Brazil is that Kaká and Ronaldo were exchanging Twitters about the fact that they still have something to show, and they will come back and they'll shut up everybody that is criticizing them.
I hope for him. I hope for him because he's a very good guy, but he made a huge mistake, as Shevchenko did when he went to Chelsea. You don't have to leave a place where you are considered God and where everybody forgive you whatever you do, and just because you are attracted by Real Madrid. So that was a huge mistake. And it's the thing that happened to Ibrahimovic. He's not going to play for Barcelona. And as a matter of fact, as you say, that is yesterday they played the Super Cup in Spain, and Barcelona lost against Sevilla. So they were winning
3-1.
3-1, yeah. And actually I'm sad because we just sold one player to Sevilla, my team Napoli. We sold Cigarini, and he was the best player on the field. So we'll see. But Barcelona is the best team right now in Europe, and Real Madrid is very close. That's where
it's going to be an interesting Spanish league to watch. It starts next week, right?
Yeah. No, in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, like Italian league. Yeah. In 2 weeks.
Yeah, next week is the German league.
The German league, and next week is also the European League. So Napoli is playing. Let me say that.
So it's going to be interesting to watch the German. I haven't followed the German league that much, but after seeing what they can do in the World Cup,
there's actually some good ties as well. I know we pointed out last week, Bayern and Wolfsburg are facing off on the Friday, and then it's Hamburg and Schalke on the Saturday, which
Schalke is going to be the first official Raúl game.
Yeah,
first official Raúl game.
And what about, is Diego going back to Wolfsburg?
They played just 2 days ago Juventus, Milan, and Inter in a small friendly game, and Diego was the best player on the field. So Juventus is still thinking to not sell him.
He's been turning it around.
Yeah. So I have some doubt.
I think Diego was the best player in Juventus. He just didn't have anybody else to play with him. The team was weakened psychologically, and
that is true. But even though Diego is a very difficult player to put on the field, because he doesn't have a really good position where he can play behind the forward, or it's very.
And sometimes he hides.
Yeah.
There are a lot of these talented players, like the really talented playmakers in Brazil. Many times they just hide.
Yeah. But of course he has skills.
All right, and with that we close another session, another edition of Forever Football Show. We'll be back next week talking about the German League, and obviously tracking the Sounders in all these different war fronts that we are playing. Stay with us and see you next week with foreverfootballshow.com. Thank you very much.